Man, I got a couple things that I want to talk about real quick, just real fast. It was on my mind. I was up like I always am, right before I shut it down for the night. I was surfing the net, looking at a few things. I even Googled, my name, my podcast name, RealTalk with The6thman, and it was amazing to see, all of the platforms that it popped up on. The only one that it didn't pop up on yet was iTunes, and I'm still working on iTunes. Just wanted to give y'all an update as well. I had a meeting last night with a college colleague that I went to school with, man. Good people's always, was, humble, smart, went to class, and, just all around good person. And then, kind of find out they are a cousin of a good homie of mine, fiance. So I was like, it seemed like everything is kind of just falling together, you know what I'm saying? And she's already a producer, on a radio for, I think it's like for weather. I think she produces the weather segment on the radio. But she was basically saying like how, why she shouldn't be out here doing something on her own, doing something different. And another colleague of ours, made a suggestion that I reach out to her. And listen, all I'm gonna tell y'all is Real Talk with The6thman was birthed last year, at like around July, I think. And so I didn't really do a big heavy anniversary for the first year. I said I was going to wait till I got to my 100th episode, but I did do a small little personal 1 year anniversary when I went to Micaiah Wilson's memorial, because she was the reason why. She was the push to make me start this podcast and do this outlet. And so I just wanted to, give y'all a heads up that I'm still working. I got some things working out, and I'm just gonna keep working. But let me get to what I came on here for. So it's a lady that's on social media, and she's walking around and she's naming names of all the people who she gave HIV to. I'm like, what they do that at? Like, that's what we doing? We actually walking around and telling people who we gave HIV to. I mean, is that not assault? I mean, I think that's assault, right? I think that's some type of assault. I mean, I know when the dude got caught and he had gave HIV to like 100 women, I don't think he was out here telling women, which was even, worse. But this chick is on social media calling people names out, talking about, yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. Oh, yeah, you and your little hood rat girlfriend. Yeah, y'all got it too. I'm just like, what? Like, I just feel like sometimes, y'all, I mean, I look at our people, man, and it saddens me sometimes, because I feel like as I've grown a little bit, I mean, I'm not saying I'm perfect, I'm far from it, but I just feel like I have not seen the elevation of our people to a degree where we're gonna be effective to people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we still, want change, and we still want better for ourselves, but we still out here acting stupid as shit. How the fuck can we want better for ourselves? How the fuck can we want somebody else to do better for us if we're not gonna do better for ourselves? I mean, if you have HIV, go get treated. They got treatment and medicine for that shit now. You ain't gotta be out here talking about how you having unprotected sex and you giving shit to people, man. Come on, man. That was way beyond ratchet. You know what I'm saying? Way beyond ratchet. And I don't get it. I don't get why, people gotta do some of the bullshit that they do. And I get social media is that medium, and I tell people all the time, social media can even be positive or it can be negative. And I feel like I use social media for what I need it for, and I'm trying to just get a certain type of voice out there that's not out there. I mean, I hear a lot of people talking about, sports. I hear a lot of people talking about, entertainers and, all that. That's not my lane. My lane is real life experiences and, some current events, but just trying to allow people to be better than they were yesterday. Sharing stories, whether they funny or whether they serious, to get people to think about what the fuck they doing every day in life. You know what I'm saying? I see entrepreneurs out there, growing their businesses. I see, people out there educating people on buying houses, getting their credit together. I mean, it's people out there, but I feel like I want to be one of those voices that's out here, pushing some real shit. And this lady right here, out here talking about who she gave HIV to. I'm trying to follow that story to see what her outcome going to be, because, you know, it's some bullshit. I also watched this story on the news where, you know, it was a young man on the metro, and he got attacked by another person on the metro because of a situation that happened days later. Apparently, he was on the metro and he stepped on somebody's foot. You know, Fox 5 didn't really give a lot of detail on it, but apparently he stepped on somebody's foot on the metro a couple days before, and a couple days after the fact, he was attacked on the train. I mean, like, physically attacked. I mean, he was an 18-year-old kid. I mean, when they interviewed him, it didn't sound like, you know, for the most part, he was a bad kid. It just sounded like, you know, he was really shook up. He was really, you know, taken back on the fact that he got beat up for just accidentally stepping on somebody's foot. And I just feel like at some point, man, you know, like he said in the interview on Fox 5, he was like, I would rather people, you know, help somebody in need on the train versus just grabbing their phone and wanting to record it. And I'm like, that's part of the problem. That's that social media, you know, millennium that we live in now. It's like everybody wants to grab their phone and be like, oh, let me be the first one to record this. And I mean, I'm not saying that I'm not okay with that, because people gonna do what they want. And I'm like, in situations where it's police brutality, it's somebody, you know, getting, you know, being wronged by somebody else, and that evidence can help, you know, help that victim, I'm cool with that. But in situations where you can really physically help somebody step in with your voice, age, or whatever, I mean, you don't necessarily have to step in and be physical. You could just step in and just say, hey, look, man, that's not cool, man, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? I mean, we have a voice, man. And I hear people all the time telling me that my voice, you know, is strong, and I have a voice, and I use it, you know, and sometimes it get me in trouble. Like, you know, sometimes people hear my voice, and if I'm talking, they get intimidated by my voice. And I mean, I remember I had a meeting with HR one time, and she was like, why are you yelling at me? I was like, I'm not yelling at you. I'm just talking. I'm a grown man, and I'm just talking to you. You think you so used to people bowing down to you and just hearing you talk and not say nothing, you know, that's not me. I'm not ever going to be like that. And I feel like we can use our voice in certain situations to help people. You know what I'm saying? If somebody would have used their voice and helped that young man in his time of need, how do we know how that would have affected him later on? That would probably affect him in a way where he will use his voice and want to be an advocate for others when he see others in trouble. I mean, we just don't understand how, you know, we can be a voice for others, man. We can literally be a voice for others and be, you know, somebody who, you know, can be a voice and be effective and impactful to somebody else. And so when I saw this little story on social media, and then I got a little bit of, you know, a whiff of it on the news, I was just like, wow, like, you know, it's just so much going on, and it's hard to try to, you know, comment on everything. But, you know, sometimes when I see something and I feel a certain type of way about it, I talk about it. So I just felt like this young man who got beat up on the metro, I mean, it's just these little things that we can do every day, people, that make a bigger impact. You know, I know sometimes people feel like it ain't my business, I don't want to get involved, but sometimes we have to get involved. I mean, just like the voting process, we got to get involved. I mean, this mass shooting, and I knew it was going to be a little bit more to the story, but this mass shooting is crazy, because here it is, they saying that this dude had stopped to get something to eat. They said this dude stopped to get something to eat, decided to scope out Walmart, and then was like, you know what, I'm gonna shoot this joint up. I mean, come on, yeah, come on. And then I saw somebody on Facebook posted, you got all these greeters at Walmart, you mean to tell me they ain't see this dude coming in the door with an AK-47 to get security or get police on the phone? I was like, man, that's a perfect point. But at the end of the day, man, come on, man. This dude was out, stopped to get something to eat, and then just decided to shoot up a Walmart. I mean, how crazy is that, man? And lastly, I was listening to the news again as I fell asleep, and I heard that Donald Trump is trying to update Air Force One, right? And I think they said it's a fleet. So when I think of a fleet, I'm thinking of more than one, possibly three, right? And they said that the former presidents have spent $3 billion, on updates on these planes. This joker's budget and the updates that he's making is $5 billion. $5 billion. And he was like, oh, I want them ready by 2021. They was like, not gonna happen, bruh. You might get them in 2023. And so it just goes to show you, this dude clearly don't give a fuck about the money that he's spending. He don't give a fuck about what he doing. Because I think he almost knows for a fact that his time is almost up. Now, I do hear people sometimes saying that, oh, he gonna get another term, he gonna get a term. And let's pray that he doesn't. But it wouldn't surprise me if he got another term. But let's not make that happen. Let's not put that in the air. I'm putting in the air that this cocksucker is gone at the end of his term like he should be, because he ain't doing nothing for the people. He ain't for nobody but himself. And it's a lot of truth coming out now with all of this hate that he spews out of his mouth, and it's allowing people to think that it's okay. And he is, a lot of the cause of these people, with these videos, like this white boy that was in the woods somewhere and he had a box of Jordans and he was like, this is what I think of black people, I hate niggas and this, that, and the third. I mean, he just looked real ignorant. I mean, he one of these type of white, motherfuckers that if you see him on the street and you cut in front of him at Wawa, he wouldn't say shit to you because he's a bitch. Just like a lot of these youngins out here with these guns that think that they gotta grab a gun and go kill a motherfucker, they bitches. I feel like a motherfucker that can't get in your face and tell you how he feel about you and scrap and fight, for what the fuck he feel is a bitch. You gotta go grab a gun. You gotta demonstrate shooting at a fucking a Jordan box. Oh, this is the shoe of choice for the niggers. Let me show you what I think about them. And shot all these weapons at this box of Jordans. That shit looks stupid and ignorant as fuck, man. And if you caught his ass in high school, at his job, at the post office, in front of Wawa, that motherfucker wouldn't say nothing to you. But while you on social media or you got somebody recording your shit in the woods, you think it's all sweet. That shit ain't sweet. And again, that's just another reason for us, my minority brothers and sisters, man. We got to get educated on guns and gun safety and get registered, get legal, and get illegal, and keep it on the low, because shit is getting ready to get real out here. I'm telling y'all, shit is getting ready to get real, and we got to protect ourselves no matter what. I mean, I feel like at the end of the day, I'm a father, I'm a brother, I'm a son, I'm an uncle. Hey, guess what? On the low, I'm going to protect mine. I'm going to protect mine. You can motherfucking believe that. And I feel like everybody should be on the same page. So it was just a couple things that I just wanted to get off my chest this morning, y'all. It ain't nothing serious, Just wanted to, kind of talk about some of the stuff that I've been seeing on the news. And this lady with this HIV shit really got my attention, and I was just like, wow, like that's crazy, man. And so this dude Trump, man, let's try to push this joke out of office, man. I just dropped my latest episode on Real Talk with the 6thman podcast. I interviewed Charles King. He's the founder of a nonprofit called How, helping others with life. Check that episode out. It's actually episode 64. And like I said, I had a meeting last night. I think I'm excited about good things that's coming, y'all. And I just feel like, man, if y'all just hold tight and just keep supporting me, man, I got some shit coming, and I hope y'all will enjoy it, man. It's the 6thman. It's Tuesday, and y'all know what time it is, man. Be better than you were yesterday, man. Y'all be easy.